After seeing Scream 7, the movies that come to mind: Halloween H2O, Jason Takes Manhattan, Nightmare on Elm Street, New Nightmare. I wouldn't go with Dream Child. I mean, nothing really gets that bad anymore.
Let's go. I want to learn stuff from you.
For Scream 7, we have Kevin Williamson back writing and directing. Now, if you don't know Kevin Williamson, I'm sure you have seen at least one of his movies. He is a horror icon. He has wrote Scream 1, Scream 2, Scream 4, Halloween H2O, I Know What You Did Last Summer, and one of my favorite movies out of all the ones I just mentioned, The Faculty. I just named a lot of good slashers. If you guys have not seen at least one of them, go check them out. But when it comes to Scream 7, Kevin Williamson definitely gave it the Halloween H2O treatment. And the same as Halloween H2O, Scream 7 was reaching for anything it could grab to make a movie. We got Sydney back with a family. I could have swore she had 2 kids in Scream 5. I could be wrong, but she only has 1 in here. And of course, it's named after Tatum from the first movie, Deputy Dewey's sister. In the end of the 3rd movie, Sydney ends up being with Detective Kincaid. She's with a cop still, but he's not Detective Kincaid. It's a total different character. We got the twins back as Gale's camera crew. And yes, they get sliced up in this movie, but they do not die. Neither of them die. Not like I want them to die, but from their past injuries, they should already be dead. The death toll in this movie is only the random characters. There is nobody of significance that passes away. They even kill off Sydney's husband to bring him back at the end to save the day. It was really like, what in the world is going on here? There was some okay kills in 2 sequences that were pretty good that we will get into later. But first, I gotta talk about Stu. Now, what I was talking about reaching is they bring Stu back in the weirdest way possible, right? The only thing that they really haven't touched on since the first movie, okay? We all thought Stu was dead. They bring Stu back only to make him AI. It's like you couldn't even double down on the one thing that could possibly be pretty cool. And they introduce his character by Sydney getting a FaceTime, and it's just him like, hey, I'm alive. All the red herrings are red herrings, and all the people that you think are the killers, they are the killers. Like I said earlier, there's a few good kills, and there is 2 sequences that I really enjoyed that I probably will watch on YouTube once the movie comes out. The sequence you see in the trailer of Ghostface coming out of the attic, Sydney walks into the room talking to her husband and says, why is the light off? He tells her, I thought you shut it off. And then another light shuts off. They both walk out and it's game time. Now, this is probably the longest fight we see with Ghostface. Sydney ends up making it into her safe room, ends up going behind the wall. He's stabbing through the wall, all this mess. Which was pretty cool. She ends up grabbing like this piece of wood or a piece of pipe. I can't remember exactly what it was. And when he stabs his knife through the wall, she bends it so he can't pull it out. I thought that was like creative. I like that. That was pretty cool. Throws her husband down the stairs, of course, knocks him out. He is fighting every single person in this house. It is honestly probably one of the best Ghostface scenes in any of the movies, I'm not gonna lie. He is going blow for blow with everybody. It is probably the longest sequence of Ghostface in any movie also. And it ends with Gale pulling up out of nowhere and running him over. It was a cool surprise, but at the same time, it's like, why is Gale here at this specific moment? I really liked Gale in 1, 2, and 3, but 4, 5, 6, and now 7, not so much. The second sequence is in a bar that also goes on for a while. I also like that scene. And Ghostface takes the handle to a tap beer and impales someone in the head. Definitely the most creative kill in the whole entire movie. The killers end up being Sydney's neighbor and the nurse from a psychiatric ward, and at the very end, the famous line, shoot them in their head to make sure they're dead, and Sydney and her daughter end up shooting the face off of her neighbor, which I thought was a pretty cool kill. So a few good sequences and a few good kills. I just don't really know where Scream goes after this. I can't see them rebooting Scream, but Sydney's story is definitely played out. I was honestly more on board with what they had going on with Melissa Barrera and Jenna Ortega's characters, and they do talk about them in this movie. Not their characters, but what happened in New York. But that's basically as far as it goes. But I was more invested in 5 and 6 than I was in this one, because they're kind of like dropping what happened in 5 and 6, and they're trying to go back with Sydney's story, and it's like we're over that. We're tired of hearing about that now. I don't know, but I would really like to see Ghostface doing something in the snow. I know that sounds crazy, but think about that. Ghostface is stalking people in a snowstorm or something. That's fire. Think about Ghostface running through the snow. I mean, come on, that's fire. If I had to rate this movie, I'd give it a 5 out of a 10, maybe even a little lower. But the only thing that might save this movie, because I will watch it again once it comes out, is it might be a guilty pleasure. It could be a guilty pleasure movie, and if that is the case, then it doesn't really matter about the rating. And it doesn't really matter about what I say. Make sure you watch it for yourself. Do not take my word for it. There's movies that people have said that are complete trash that I have watched that I really have enjoyed. So make sure you watch it for yourself. That's all I got for you guys today. Make sure you go check out my other videos. I got a video about the beauty episode 1 through 7. Definitely going to be dropping more videos about that, so go check that out. Hit the subscribe button. You want to stay tuned. Get in the comments, of course, and keep it 100 in the streets. Call me whatever you want, but baby, just don't call the cops. Peace.